Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, October 4th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. Oh my gosh, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, sit down, get comfortable. Good to see everybody. So glad you guys could make it. So welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and chat, and welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and lurk. But do take a second to say hello. That's fun. And then you can go lurk again. And welcome to my YouTube viewers. Love you guys. So you can either watch it on YouTube or this goes to video on Facebook as well. Alright, so don't forget to be here tomorrow. We got a big announcement coming on tomorrow. I think you guys will like it. So that's Tuesday. And you definitely want to be here Thursday so we can continue with our duet coloring. We were having a lot of issues when Denise Boyer was here, so we decided to put it off, and Thursday's the day. So good to see everybody. Again, tomorrow night, be here. Thursday, definitely be here as well. And we'll have some fun. Alright, so right now I'm just checking to make sure people can pop in and comment. Alright, so it says Rhonda Green is watching, but I gotta see, there we go. Hello, Jean. There we go. Hi, Rhonda. Hello, Jean. All right, we have comments. Woohoo! And I'll say hello to Jenny. Hello, Jenny. Glad you've been enjoying the broadcast, Jenny. Jenny is Rhonda's friend. So see, I'm just going to have to get into this now that when Rhonda comes on, I'll also say hi to Jenny. So hi, Jenny. Jenny, we just need to get you to change your sleeping hours a little bit so you can come in live. We'd love to have you. Right, Rhonda? Okay. So, I got a new book in today. I couldn't resist this little puppy. Let me date it. From ILene. Alright. So this is called Cutie Dolls, and no, I don't have it on the affiliate list yet. So sit tight until I get it there. Facebook was having lots of issues, so I couldn't get it there. Hello, Mary. So this is called Cutie Dolls, and this is by Yenya Nachmet Denova. Nachmet Denova. There we go. We got it. Hello, Ashley. This is one of those ridiculously cute things. Cutie Dolls, right? Cute book. Now, this says inspired by Yulia Mitrofanova dolls. I don't know what those are. Oh, she couldn't even stay up to watch the Tampa Bay versus Patriots. Yeah, that game went late too. Did you watch it, Rhonda? Missed field goal at the end, won it for Tampa Bay. I was able to catch the end of it because it ran later. I think there was a, I'm guessing there was a, what, a rain delay or weather delay? Usually the game's ending by the time I get off the broadcast. Oh yes, every minute. Okay, so this is Cutie Dolls. Oh my gosh, guys, ridiculously cute. I mean, ridiculously cute. So I'm going to do just a, you know, a brief flip through. I think this is an older book, I'm not sure, but I happened to run across it and I couldn't resist. So I did get it, and after the broadcast I will definitely put it on the affiliate list for you. Just a nice little booklet here. Oh, wait a minute, let me look at something here. Yeah, her eyes are there, okay. I've got a special plan for this one. Just really nice coloring, or nice pages. All right, so the paper, you know, this is thinner paper, and it's not perforated. That's fine. We'll live. Cute, just cute, cute, cute. I don't know if there are more books of this. We'll have to see. If there is, I'll probably snap it right up as well. Just adorable. I had to come up with another word than cute. You guys would be slapping me around. So we'll say adorable. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get that cut a little bit just so I can open this. So what do you guys think so far of this book? Do you like it? Look at that. How could you not fall in love with this book, right? Just adorable. All right, let me get this. And again, as soon as the broadcast ends, I will get it on affiliate. Everybody knows, like I said, the Facebook was down for a while, so I couldn't do it. Woke up this morning and didn't have my normal bazillion notices on Facebook. I thought, boy, that's weird. Aren't these adorable? Oh my gosh. I wonder if she's supposed to be pregnant. Or maybe, I don't know, just a little dress. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Zoom in. Let's see, I don't want to get too close for you. We'll do an in-between. Love, love, love it. Now, I think I'd seen this book before and just didn't get it. but for some reason it just struck me as, oh man, I love it. So look at the clown, that'll be fun to do, and the balloons. And then she's got 3 bonus pictures. This is a bonus. It's supposed to be a bonus. So, oh, so the last 3 were bonus, I think. So yeah, there's the book. Yeah, and these are the bonus pictures. So, we've got it. And I'll be definitely coloring out of it. All right. Let's get our coloring on, guys. Haven't decided what I'm going to, well, so I did this last night and did the green background. You guys went crazy over it. Thank you for all the nice comments about it. I appreciate that. It's turning out beautifully. Like I said, I did the background in the green, and I've just got the vase left and a few flowers. So we'll see. I might pop over to this for a while. And then we've got our witch, and we've got MYTHOGRAPHIC, excuse me. I'm doing the goldfish with the flowers on the back. Showed you how I did the old-fashioned flowers and did the green trees last night and the vines. And then Maddie and Rhonda now have their books from Albert Durr. Yay! So Rhonda, you can do Eve with me tonight. And Adam, you can do when, you know, you can watch the video. And Maddie will be getting in here at some point in time. So yeah, let's play. Let's play, let's play. All right. Not too much left on this little guy. So let's go ahead and get our trees done. Several of my markers are petering out. That's okay. We deal with it. Doo-doo-doo. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my browns. Let me get this tree, zoom in. Zoom in. And this is a Guanghai 150. And we'll go ahead and get this tree bark done. Zoom in. Nothing elaborate, nothing fancy. And remember, these are the trees that I went ahead and, well, I drew this, I added this, and these two are already here. So I'm going ahead and just adding my different shades. Sorry, I had a little problem with my pencil there. And then I'm going to come in with a little darker brown. And this is a Brett Funner 095. So we'll go ahead now and start getting these shades of colors in here. And remember, in an area, I want you using 2 to 3 colors. As you can see, I came in with my first color. I was light in some areas, but then I shaded. And now I've got my second color here. Alrighty. And that looks really good. See? Very simple, straightforward. All right. And while I've got my browns, zoom in. We'll go ahead and we'll do the cow. So same brown as my trees. Notice that I'm going to darken a little bit at the bottom. Teeny tiny space to work in. Zoom in. And then I've got my lighter brown for the rear end here and the front. And I'll just leave that nose as is because that gives me a good contrast. So we're good there. All right. Now, this is a bottle of milk for the cats. Oh. So I'm going to go ahead now and grab a master color. And this is a 30 something. I'm sorry, my label is covering it up. Light blue. For the sky. And then I'm going to go ahead and it looks like the cow is standing on grass. So we'll go ahead and use a nice little green there. Why not? Here's a real pretty one. Brett Funner Mistletoe. Brett Funner 520. So we'll go ahead and emulate a pasture on that. Why not? I like this color, pretty. Now, I'm going to use my Faber-Castell Ivory, of all things. So I just want to make sure you can see this, because this is pretty cool. And we'll go ahead and it'll make a nice little milk color, basically. All right. I thought that was fortuitous. And now I added a little bit of the lines here for the swirls. Just added that, a couple of those, and we've got the milk right there. All right, zoom out. Got a little bit of my white on the rim of the bowl, so I'm going to fix that. There we go. And then I'm going to go back to my master blue and use that for the bowl. Now, we need to be careful here because, you know, we've got a lot of distinct colors here. This whole piece, the green on the hair. We've got the blue for her dress. So I don't want to go off kilter with too many colors here. So I've got this nice light blue, and then I'm going to come in with a darker blue. And this is Cyan Blue 88 by Shuttle Art. And we'll go ahead and dress up this bowl a little bit. Pretty. And then I'm going to go back and using that same blue, this Shuttle Art, I'm going to go ahead and get the edges of this bottle. And then a little bit, I'm just going to tap the screw lines just a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and do that lid. There you go. Zoom out. Now, one little last thing that I want to show you, because we're all about details, right? This bottle here is clear. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and add a very light green. I don't care what shade you use. And that way we can see through the bottle. I happen to be using a Fila 028 green. Because of course you want it to approximate the back here. There we go. Cute. Zoom out. Oh, and one more thing while I'm thinking of it, before I zoom out, is I'm going to go ahead and take my black pen and add just a couple lines here. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Now, I don't care how lighthearted your piece is or how simplistic your piece is. You want to work these details, guys. If you want your piece to look good. Now, on her white teeth, I'm just going to go ahead and just use a little bit of the Faber-Castell 103 Ivory. That way her teeth don't arrive 10 minutes before everything else does. Okay. Questions or comments? Now, on this tablecloth, I'm going to go ahead and lighten up a couple spots. I'm not using the white, I'm using my ivory. And that's giving us that dimension on the cloth. Now, it's not sticking out like a sore thumb like the white would, right? Just giving us a little lightness. And the reason that this is working here is because I'm doing the ivory in patches and not over the entire piece. If I were doing it over the entire piece, it would just smooth it out. But in this case, I'm choosing to use the ivory as a highlight point. See the difference? Because you know that I use quite a bit of my ivory for blending. But this time I'm going to go ahead and use it as a highlight point. Make sure you understand that difference. Got a little bit on my outfit here. There we go. Now, you can still use your ivory to blend and smooth out, but I'm concentrating my pencil swipes in these spots. Zoom in, And that's what's giving us now this better look. And you can really see that now that I'm closer. So don't be confused about the two uses for the ivory. Okay. Zoom out. Let's take a quick look at our piece here. Questions, comments? We only have, well, I've got my cats to do yet. Ooh, I like this color. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So I have a color called cranberry. Red Funner 520. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make that tile roof. And I like this cranberry because it's got that brownish red look. Now we've got these teeny tiny areas, so of course it's going to be a little more difficult to work our multiple colors. But you'll see what I'm going to do with it. Now I added a couple of these lines as well because they were missing, these tile lines. Put that one in. To let that dry. And then I also added some tile lines in between the hair right here because it was missing from there as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to darken my color a little bit in between the tiles because we want that shape, we want that depth. And then I'm going to grab my Folkstone Gray. And we're going to go ahead and very lightly squish that color in there. I'll say stroke that color in there. Everybody see now how that tile is starting to pop up? I'm afraid if I put my gray on these cross lines here, that's just going to muddy it too much. So I'm going to settle for putting the gray in between. So we are fine. Okay. Now, gray along the bottom here. You'll see why in a minute. Same color, Folkstone Gray, Brett Funner. And I went ahead and I put these oval tiles on here, stones as well. And yes, they are slightly different colors. Okay. Hello, Kathy. Kathy Skalronsky is in the room. Woohoo! Alright, so now I'm using my Lilac Ash Brett Funner 520. And I'm going to go ahead and gray up this side of the house. Now, I didn't want to go with particularly dark color. Angela, hi. Angela, I know you're still studying, but I'm glad you can at least come on every night for a little while. How pretty is that? And then we'll go ahead and, oh, you're taking tonight off. Well, I'm glad you're spending it here. All right, let me get rid of that little green spot. There we go. Get rid of that. You're ahead this week with your work. Excellent. Hello, Sandy. All right, let's take a look at this. Zoom out. Now, am I done with that house? I've got the side colored with my light tan here, gray. Would you guys do anything further with it? And the crow says, I ordered some ivory pencils, putting them to use. Excellent. Angela, where'd you get them? Did you get the Faber-Castell ivory? All right, let me see if I can do something here. Okay, Rhonda says yes. And actually, the answer is I'm going to go ahead. I'm not done. Yes, I'm going to go ahead with my master color for 15. Rhonda says maybe gray blue color for house or beige. Yes, ma'am. Spot on. Is I'm going to go ahead, I'm actually going to pull a slightly darker gray. This is the Star Joy 119, just a little bit. Oh, you've got the whole beam ivory from Amazon. Okay. How many did you get? Now remember, when you're doing a house like this that has these stones, hi Maddie, is you want to go ahead and you want to shade underneath them because you've got the weather wear, right? So we're going to go ahead and dirty up that wall a little bit underneath the stones. Guys, it's this detail that's going to make your piece look really good. So Mark came up, guys, with a really funny comment about this thing with Facebook going out today. Mark said the Facebook put themselves in Facebook jail for censoring too much information. So Facebook got a taste of their own medicine. Okay. Maddie says she's finishing up a page in Johanna's Christmas book. All right. Now, I'm going to use my Faber-Castell ivory, and I'm going to smooth out that gray. So unlike the table, I'm not highlighting with it, I'm smoothing out my gray. Oh yeah, Facebook was completely offline today. Okay, let's take a look. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Coming together beautifully. I actually thought I wasn't going to be able to broadcast tonight, but I'm here. I am here. All right, zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So let's go ahead and do up our cobblestones. So I have my Folkstone Gray on these. Okay, Jean, thank you for letting me know when you stepped out. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightly pencil in what my color is going to be. Oh, Kathy says I've been limiting myself on Facebook except when I'm with you all. This group means too much to me. Oh, thank you, Kathy. So, Angela, I take it that Gina hasn't responded back? Okay. Now, I want these slabs to have my light. You'll PM me later. Okay. I want these stones to be smooth. And so I'm going ahead and I'm using my 103 Ivory Faber-Castell, and I'm going to go ahead and smooth these out. So Maddie says I get my coloring on with ILene. I don't think I color nearly as much, and I didn't know about all these coloring book artists. I just knew, oops, I just knew about Johanna. Okay. Now, again, I don't mind the gray going around the outside a little bit. And you guys that came in late, you really want to watch the beginning of this because I got a new book that I paged through. Called Cutie Dolls. Okay. Maddie says, oh no, another new book. Okay, so in this case, I'm not doing soft looking, right? I'm doing smooth. Honestly, Maddie, I'm not surprised because Facebook is going to want to get themselves up and running as soon as possible. Some of you missed my comment earlier. Hi, Wanda. Missed my comment earlier about Facebook putting themselves in Facebook jail for censoring too much material. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my ivory. Faber-Castell 103. I was really surprised when I woke up and didn't have all my buku messages or notifications on Facebook. I get a boatload of them. So I thought, that's really weird. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get that nice smooth look. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right, one more thing on the stones, right? Hello, Daisy. Daisy and Jean are here. How cool is that? Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, now I'll be cleaning up these black edges here. But now what I'm going to be doing is this is where I'm going to give my stones some character. And going ahead and putting an edge on these. Now, by putting this edge on here and blending it in, it gets rid of those ugly black lines, basically. And notice that I'm bringing the gray in a little bit just to add a pattern to the stone itself. So I'll go through now and shade all these. And that's why I wasn't worried about a little bit of my gray getting on the outside earlier, my lighter gray, because what that did is that diffused that edge. So notice I'm just putting a little bit of shadow in here, and we'll come around and come around, and that looks pretty cool. So by diffusing these stones a little bit, it makes them look more realistic, right? Let me clean up something here. There we go. And remember, I'm blending in, darker on the outside, lighter and lighter as I'm getting towards the center, but notice that I'm putting some marks in the center, a little bit of interest here. See how I'm bringing that gray into the center of it a little bit? And that gives it a little more texture, depth, dimension, detail, texture. And if you have any questions about cobblestones, Google it. There you go. And clean up these edges just a little bit. All right. Couple more swipes. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Not bad. Okay. I'm going to move you just a little bit. There we go. So really, the only thing I have left to do on the cats are the cats. I'm not feeling it right now to do it. She says, picking up her pencil. cats right now, I think they're not balanced well as far as the tone of everything else. They look too light. They don't look as robust as everything else is. So I will play with those another night, but like I said, I'm not exactly feeling it tonight. We'll see. Let's see here. Zoom in. So I'm taking my Tempest. This is Tempest Gray Brett Funner 520. And I'm going ahead and just shading this up just a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to work very long on it. And what I would do on top of that now is take my, let's see, this is called Falcon Brett Funner Black. It's a black color. Zoom in. Well, I started this. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is take my darker black, my darker color black, and I'm going to go ahead and add now whatever designs I want on the fur. So for example, I'm going ahead and darkening up this eye. And the top of the paw. Not the whole thing, just this top. So basically what I'm doing with this putty tat is I'm making the colors richer. So now I'm back to my gray. Notice now how my top part of the cat looks a lot richer than my bottom part, right? And I also want you to see that you can put black on gray. So let's go ahead, and I've got my gray. Now, you don't have to necessarily go completely gray or the darker gray all over the cat. And if you notice this, I'm darkening some of the areas with the gray. I'm not even on my black yet. And leaving other areas lighter. Then I'm going to come in with my black . And will go ahead and start making those interesting markings. So on this upper back leg here, you should be able to see that I'm putting a circle here. And that's leaving lighter gray around the outside. And then I'm coming down the middle with my black. Oh, much better. And then here's my lighter part here. Here's where I put the darker gray, right? And now I'm going to come in with the black on top of that gray. And enhance that. Then I'm going to use my Faber-Castell 103. It's not the white, it's my ivory. And I'm going to go ahead and lighten up now the areas on the cat where I want to have those whiter streaks. And that looks pretty cool, guys. See it? Notice that I'm not, just like the tablecloth, notice that I'm not using the ivory all over the cat. I'm just using it on these areas that I want to highlight, but I don't want it highlighted with white. It's too much. Everybody see that? So I'm going to highlight on the haunches right here. And I want you to notice right here, see how I made that little mark, that furry type thing? And by the way, are you guys all set for tomorrow? Told you, you don't want to miss this. It's a biggie. And notice how I'm going below the bottom of the footy to make that lighter. How pretty is that? And then notice, uh-oh, Angela's got church tomorrow night. Well, you'll watch the video. And then everybody see now how I've got that patch on that eye? Oh, Maddie says, hope so. I'm currently passing kidney stones. Not fun, no. But not too much pain either. Thank the Lord. Oh. Maddie, I thought you were done with that. Okay. And then I'm just going to pink up this nose just a little bit, mouth area. And I will take care of the eyes at another time. Now that's a beautifully colored cat. Oh no, Maddie says, looks like I have a career in stones. Oh, Maddie. Doggone it. Maddie, knock it off. Okay, everybody see how much better that black cat looks? Jean said I had that happen, but I had 2 surgeries on my kidneys, so I know what you're going through. Zoom out. Everybody agree that that black cat looks a lot better? And then, when I'm done with the other 4, this will look really cohesive. Okay, so I did the milk bottle today with the cow. I even made a nice little sky. Smooth that out with my ivory. Little green on the bottom here. And then used my ivory to color the milk itself. Oh, and I added a little bit of ivory to the teeth so the teeth didn't arrive 10 minutes before everything else did. All right, questions, comments? And then tomorrow also, or whenever, no, not tomorrow, whatever night, I will be going ahead and adjusting that face a little bit. But all in all, I think this is turning out really well. Questions or comments on the piece? Zoom out. I think we got a pretty good do on it. And I love that cat a lot better. Okay. Let's go ahead and work up. Yeah, and the black background does make everything stand out. Don't be afraid of your black backgrounds, guys. I just used my Sharpie on that. And then again, any areas that I have some marks, I'll go ahead and smooth that out. Okay. You guys ready for a little bit of MYTHOGRAPHIC? Dream Garden. By FABIANA, ATTANASIO. And Terry, I don't know if you saw it, she finished her fish. Maddie says, oh, Kathy says she's got to go. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Kathy. We'll see you tomorrow night. All right, let me grab some water. I'm ready to attack a goldfish. Okay, Angela. She says she's got to run. Phone call. You're welcome to come back if you want after your call. Okay. So let's go ahead and play with our fish here. And I'm going to use a topaz color by Brett Funner, 520. Now, I want this goldfish to be very rich in color. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and put down a base color. This is a beautiful orangey gold. And I just want to make sure that I get all my areas in between my flowers. So give me a second while I do that. And I want you to notice that the gold is in keeping in context with my flowers. It's kind of a, it's not a bright gold, it's an old-fashioned-y gold, but it's vibrant. This will all make sense as I get more of it done. And remember, as you do your coloring, to help you get rid of that popcorn, is you want to go ahead and color in different colors. And stop jamming your pencils into the paper. Repeated strokes will get you that color that you want and that coverage. I love this color. And I really hope that you guys can see how rich this color looks. Zoom out. Isn't that beautiful? Good night, Maddie. Good night, Maddie. Good night, Maddie. Go and pass those stones. Is that what you just said, Maddie? You sing song. Oh, that's what you want me to sing. Good night, Maddie. Good night, Maddie. Good night, Maddie. Go off and pass those stones. Nah, I don't want you to leave, Maddie. All right. I think we got ourselves a pretty decent looking goldfish so far. Okay. Hey, little boo-boo. Okay. Zoom out. Let's take a look. Zoom out. Well, I hope Maddie comes back. So what do you guys think of this goldfish color so far? Zoom in. Zoom in. Salmon? You mean the pencil color? It's actually called topaz. Or are you talking about the fish? I'm treating it to be a goldfish. Zoom in. Okay. Now, for the fins, I'm going to go ahead and keep the same color for the moment, but I'm just going to tint it. And I'll get back to that later. It's a Brett Funner 520 Topaz. Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. And then I'm going to go ahead and also just tint the tail. Now I'm going to go ahead and color this close fin area darker using the same color. Zoom in, zoom in, and then we'll get back to that little guy. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and start tinting my areas on my fish to add the highlight colors that I want. And this is a burgundy color. And I'm going to go through here now . Zoom in. And start highlighting my topaz with it. And I'm going to be using that same burgundy. And we're going to go ahead and darken the fins, the scales. And this color is C108 Castle Arts. Now, I want you to notice how this burgundy color ties in with the roses that I did. Right? And I'm also going to use this burgundy to outline the bottom of my fish. And all of this will make sense in a few minutes as I continue with this. Now, I don't want you to be willy-nilly with this. You want to be specific. You never, ever, ever want your piece to look like you threw in colors, right? And I also want you to notice too that I'm filling in a few of my scales with this color in the midsection. I'm just going to run it upwards. And that way you get a visual interest of something a little bit different happening on your piece. Let me make sure that's clear. And then I'm going to go ahead and darken right at the connector point of this fin and the body. Now, I'm not using the red, I'm using my topaz. And now I'm going to go back to my burgundy red and continue up the body. And again, guys, this is not a willy-nilly coloring at all. Zoom out. Okay, and then this front portion, I'm still using my burgundy. And I left a gap here on purpose. Right behind the head there. Zoom in. And I'm going to go ahead and darken my areas in between here. And then I'm going to go ahead and darken the lips. And then I'm going to take this color, my burgundy, and I'm going to go over the entire fish head with it. And I'm also going to emphasize around the eyes. Let me clean out the eye a little bit. And this is where you can go ahead and add your own pattern and shading. So above that eye a little bit, I'm going ahead and making that a little darker. Right on the forehead. All right. And I'm going to use now my Faber-Castell 103 because I want to soften up that ivory. I want to soften up and get rid of that popcorn. Don't use too much of it, guys, because you don't want to lose your colors. Now, since I've softened this up and I've made it smoother, I can go back over and add a little more color, and it'll stay smooth. Okay. Fins. So back with my topaz, I'm going to go ahead and darken the ball of that fin right there. And then run that color down the length. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my burgundy, and we're going to go ahead and tip this. And blend it in. All right, same back here. Original topaz. I want to go ahead and get that color smooth, so I'll use my ivory to do that. Faber-Castell 103. And then we'll go through and tip that with the red burgundy. And what I want you to notice on this one here is you don't have to run the colors up, right? We can just go ahead and tip those very ends. And that'll look cool because, you know, with fish, nature, just like flowers, you're going to get different variations of color. So back with my topaz, we'll darken that and just rich it up a little bit. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right. Zoom in. Topaz color now on the tail to make that richer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and expand my burgundy just a little more. I want that to pop out and flare. And then a little bit of my ivory, Faber-Castell 103 on my lighter gold, because we're going to smooth that out and soften it. Okay. Zoom out. So now we're getting a very, very rich color here. Now, these obviously can't stay the way they are because they're too harsh. So I'm going to take my Faber-Castell Ivory 103, zoom in, and in a circular motion now, I'm going to go ahead and blend in my burgundy and my topaz. And I want you to notice how much softer that's making this piece look. All right, and one more touch. Zoom out. Let's take an overall look. Now I'm going to take my Arteza black, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, and I'm going to very discreetly shade my juncture point between my fin and the back part of the body of the tail. Then I'm also going to take that black and I'm going to run it up the side of my fish just a little bit, lightly, lightly, lightly. And that's going to give me an absolute gorgeous outline, aka dimension, to my fish. Don't go crazy with it. We don't need much at all. Now on this gold area of the fin, we're gonna do that outline. But boy, oh boy, you don't want it very heavy, okay? So we're gonna go a little bit by this fin here. And basically, I'm sticking to my lines. And when you have your lighter color, like we've got the gold here, this is going to be where it's really important that you don't get heavy handed with your black. Okay. Area behind the head. Blend, 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 blend. We're getting lighter and lighter as I go out. All right. And then I'm also going to darken this area of the head a little bit more because I want the richer color on this end. So I'm actually very lightly not only going over my edges, but I'm bringing in my black a little bit on the head. Boy, and you talk about light touch, guys. This is where it gets really critical. Zoom out. Zoom out. All right, and one last area of shading is going to be on my flowers. I've done this a lot of times for you with different projects. Zoom in, zoom in, and we're going to go ahead and get just that touch. Do not get heavy with it, guys. Trust me, that color is there, and trust me, it is making your piece pop out. You're going to see the effect of the shading before really you should see the shading. Does that make sense when I say that? All your eye should notice is that there is a dimensional aspect to your piece. Questions, comments? Can you see what this is doing? Can you see that the roses are popping out more? These 3 roses right now, or these 4 roses, are popping out way more now because I put that shading on it. And hopefully you can see that. This whole bottom half of this rose clump is popping out more. All right, let's get some of these leaves. Now, I can't do these top roses, obviously, because I haven't colored in yet. And when you guys do this on your colorings, I don't want to see streaky black lines around your objects. Okay? You just want to butterfly kiss the black around it. In other words, don't color until you see the black line. Just color until you see the effect. Am I going to make the distant roses darker? No, because Rhonda, they're pretty close to each other on the fish. I mean, they're all on his back. So I don't see the need to do that. I'm just filling in a couple areas here. Zoom out. Rhonda, I understand where your question is coming from, and that's good thinking. It really is. That's excellent. I want you to think like that. But because the roses are basically pretty much all clumped on the back of the fish, I'm not worried about that distance. They're all basically together. But I am so glad that you're asking that question. I'm okay with them being close enough. Okay. Haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with my pieces here. I may just leave them white. Okay. Well, it sounds to me like you've got the idea, because your further pieces would be darker. But in this case, because they're basically on the same plane as the fish, I don't think that needs to be done. Okay. He must be tired carrying all that stuff on his back. Yeah. I'm going to leave his eye like that until I'm ready. We'll go ahead and leave that. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I've got some very fine lines here. Zoom in, zoom in. And I'm going to go ahead and put some purple on there. And again, you'll see later why I'm doing this. I'm using pen. Because it'll give me the most consistent color in light spaces. Okay, now I'm going to carry the theme down on the rest of this tower. And I think this is going to look really neat. Okay, and then let's do this last one real quick. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing to the scrolling here on this dome. but I'm not going to do it on camera. I'll just start it up a little bit here because I want to go ahead and get to my Albert Dürer. But I want you to see just a little bit of how this is going to look. Okay, just a little bit here on the left-hand side. I know Maddie isn't here. No, we can't do it Wednesday because Dawn is going to be here. Or we could go ahead and wait till tomorrow. Oh, can't do it tomorrow. Excuse me. Tuesday, Wednesday. Excuse me. Dawn's going to be here Thursday. No. We can't do it tomorrow because I'm doing that major announcement tomorrow. Nope. Well, Wednesday then. Do it Wednesday. Okay, you can see how this tower... No. The special surprise is still... Okay, hold on. Okay. Wanda, go ahead and text me right now. Okay, this dome is looking really cool. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look at that. Love it. I think this piece is coming out beautifully. All right, now we have a set of clouds here, and we have a, oh, Ashley's back, yay! But we also have now an implied dark here because of it being the stars. So let me go ahead and play with that a little bit. And remember, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the sky a dark purple, purplish blue. So let's go ahead and work on that. Zoom in. So here's the plan with this. I'm going to work my sky in purples and blues. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And this is my Brett Funner. It's called Sparkling Grape. All right, now I'm going to come back with a darker blue, or a dark blue, and this is my Prismacolor Copenhagen blue. Okay, I didn't see the message come up. Did you do an IM? And I'm going to incorporate now my blue with my purple. Okay, I didn't see it pop up yet. I'm sorry, I was talking to Wanda. Wanda, I didn't see it pop up yet. And then I'm going to go ahead and lighten it with my, or smooth it out with my Faber-Castell 103. Now, I'm not even going to worry about the stars yet. If they get mushed over, that's fine. All right, and let's pull that down, right down to here. Up in between the trees. Let's see here. So get your detail. We want to go in between our ivy and our wall. That's going to make it look really, really cool. Now, I'm going to go ahead in this larger area, and I'm going to use my Faber-Castell 103, and you'll see why in a moment. Notice how beautifully it gets rid of that, all that popcorn, and it doesn't affect the color hardly, right? Hardly affect it. Okay, and now I'm going to take that blue, that Copenhagen blue, okay, I just got your message, Wanda. And now I'm going to go ahead and go back and bring in my purple. And I'm using my, I am using my ivory, my Faber-Castell 103. Now, I want to go ahead and get a little more solid purple than this. So now I can go back and layer my color, and I really don't have to worry about any popcorn effect. So what I want you to notice now is that this purple and this blue are working together to create a really nice, unique night sky. And what I want you to notice here is that we've got a nice variance of color. On this purple and this night sky, because that's the overall look that I want, right? Zoom out. And again, I don't want you to worry about the stars. We can either spot erase them, or you know that I like to put blingies on them. So don't even worry about that. Zoom in. Good night, Miss Jean. So again, I'm using my sparkling gray to pull in my color. And let me pull this around for you. All right, now I want to show you something really neat here too. Is I'm going to go ahead and make this lattice work show through the Starry Night, but in order to do that, I need to bring down this one cloud. So we've got this cloud coming through here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, and again, think about things like this, guys. Hold on, crooked erase, sharpening here. So I'm going to go ahead and in between here, let's see how close I can get. Zoom in, zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and tint this with blue. And then we'll go ahead and do our purple color. Because I just want to get that edge right there, and then the rest of it here, I'm going to go ahead and do purple. This will make sense in a minute. Just hang with me here. Oh, Rhonda, I'm glad you like these chimes. Something a little different. That's actually chimes in a rainfall. Okay, hang with me here. This is going to make sense in a moment. All right. As long as it doesn't have to make you go to the bathroom. Yeah. No kidding. Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. So what I want you to see now is how this purple changes. See, I've got the blue and the purple over here. And this side here is just the purple. And the reason that I'm going through this is because I want this to imply a night sky. So I'm going ahead and putting my blue on top of my purple. And guys, it doesn't matter what color combination of blue and purple you use, really, because I know you guys have different brands. Experiment on a piece of paper. And the other thing is, I don't want you to be afraid to combine colors like this, because when you first do it, it's going to look a little bit wonky. But that's where your blending comes in. So I'm going to go ahead now and put that blue on my purple behind my dome, because I want that to be basically a see-through. Now, when you do something like this, make very sure that you have compatible pencils. And by that I mean that you use one brand, and when you layer the second brand on top, that it doesn't immediately start to create wax blobs. Now, another option that you can do with this is going ahead and using your chalks. But I wanted to show you how to do this with your pencils. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Now this time I'm using blender pencil because I've got a wider area. And that's fine. We just want to make sure we get this nice and smooth, get our color all over the place. And then we'll go ahead and tint this off now with our purple. And what I want you to notice, which is the effect that I wanted, that the sky is going to look a little bit different in different areas, because it depends on how much purple that you put on. And that way you don't have a dull sky, right? All right, zoom out. Zoom out. So we've got it looking a little more purple on the right. You can touch that up with a little blue if you want. But the point is, you don't want one dull monotone color across the sky. And what I would suggest that you do, because we all have different pencils, is to experiment. Okay, zoom out, zoom out. What do you think? I saw that, Rhonda, that you've got the 180 Brett Funner oil-based. Yes. So I want you to notice that our goldfish is not a bright gold, it's a muted gold. The flowers are the muted red. I'm working on the sky to do the purples for the darks and the moon. And we've got these buildings coming up, and then we'll do the porch. Not too shabby. I think I'm going to call it quits for the moment. I hope that you're enjoying watching me do this for you. And I hope it gave you some ideas. Guys, love ya. Joyous, joyous coloring. You know I always say that to you. I will finish up the sky. And then you'll be able to see how it looks tomorrow night. Guys, love on each other. Pay attention to each other. Please don't hesitate to message each other. We all support. All right, guys. You take care. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Have a great rest of the evening. All right. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Oh, we'll eventually get there. Good night, good night, good night. Take care, guys. Love ya. Bye.